The Collaborative Center for Gender and Development is advancing its policy advocacy in gender inequality and non-discrimination through advocating for development of new policies where they are lacking and needed, advocating for implementation of existing policies and monitoring how and if they are being implemented, and demonstrating policy solutions on how policy is implemented to solve gender inequality issues.
Trust Africa has been a key partner. Their support was very instrumental in the development of our strategic plan 2023 to 2027. Within this plan, they facilitated and enabled the staff to sit together with the board members and come up with a vision and the direction in which we wanted CCGD to go through this time period. Trust Africa has also been very instrumental and has invested in building staff capacity and sustaining key advocacy roles through salary support and logistical support. CCGD, we are present in 15 counties in Kenya, but operational in 11. So within these 11 counties, we still have staff traveling and supporting even the counties in various interventions. And Trust Africa has been very instrumental in ensuring that we deliver timely and impactful advocacy intervention within the period we have walked this advocacy journey with them. As a result, we were not only present in these counties, but we were also effective in driving critical conversations and influencing change, especially in matters of gender, and ensuring that no one is left behind within this work.
Through Trust Africa's support, CCGD was able to conduct a staff capacity building session on gender mainstreaming, which was very critical in advancing our advocacy agenda as per the strategic plan. For starters, number one was on the monitoring of the East African Coastal Corridor. So through the training, we were able to get a clear picture on how to engage the different stakeholders, including the African Development Bank, the implementing agency, which is the Kenya Highways Authority, as well as the people who are affected by the project. So it enabled us to identify some of the gender concerns and also document effectively for the implementing agency and the financier to address them. So the second advocacy area also was on the reducing unpaid care and domestic work, whereby we were in a better position to engage county stakeholders to redistribute the burden of unpaid care work through allocating childcare spaces within market facilities. Through Trust Africa support, we were able to train both staff and frontline workers who are tasked to ensure that they provide support to GBV survivors in the gender-based recovery centers, especially in Kajiado, Busia, as well as Kwale counties.
Along the East African Corridor, a major road project is reshaping the landscape, bringing both opportunities and challenges. At local schools, the project has disrupted learning, affecting students' experiences. Through CCGD's advocacy interventions, KENHA put in place mechanisms to improve safety for school-going children.
The construction has really affected the accessibility of the school. Even crossing the road was a problem. So KENHA had they brought about the road marshals who are helping the children cross the road to and from school.
Displacement, compensation, and community concerns take center stage.
We are following policies set out by the bank, the FDB, EU, and also KENHA. They all have policies. For example, during when there is issues to do with dust, we have mitigation measures, like we use water bowsers to ensure that the people are not affected by the dust. We also have issues to do with jobs. We have measures that we take to ensure that the locals are employed in the project. We use the local administration, like the chiefs, to ensure that the locals are considered first for the jobs. Then the others can be employed. We have other issues like compensation. Compensation is under the National Lands Commission. So they also have policies. It's an act of government. It's an act that is being followed. So they take that into consideration. There are processes that are involved under the NLC, and also there's a RAP, the Settlement Action Plan, that is followed during the whole of these processes.
But the question remains, is KENHA truly adhering to these policies?
To be honest, KENHA is taking us in circles. We haven't received any compensation letter indicating what we are supposed to be compensated.
Through advocacy, affected communities are making their voices heard.
Our communication breakdown, which is so bad because without now this CTGD or CSOs, we can't get sit one-on-one with KENHA or NLC. Now they have broken that communication. We can meet literally, we can write to them, and they can revert back to us.
We want to thank CCGD for their support. They have been inviting us to meetings to educate us as project-affected persons of the road project about our rights. This has given us hope that we will receive our compensation. Since CCGD got involved, KENHA has started calling us to meetings and keeping us informed about the progress of the compensation process.
In Busia County, a childcare center is transforming lives, giving working mothers peace of mind as they pursue economic opportunities.
As the government, one of our major objectives is women economic empowerment and also gender equality. Yes, so the burden of unpaid care work has to be reduced. In most cases, we know that it is women who fend for the children. And we had to find a way that we have to make these women also find a way where they can sustain themselves. So coming up with a childcare center will help this woman go about her trade, go about her business without interference, without fear, because they know that their child is somewhere and is well taken care of. We signed an MOU between the county government and CCGD in June 30th of 2024. And the objective of the MOU was to basically agree on how each of the parties was going to be involved in the childcare.
Affordable childcare is not just a convenience, but a path to financial independence.
Childcare, I would say it was strenuous for me because now you see you have to come to work and then at the same time you have to tend to the child. And a challenge comes in now when customers are coming in. Sometimes maybe the baby is crying, they want your attention, and by then she was still breastfeeding. So it was a challenge. But after I enrolled her to the childcare, I found it was easy because now once I come to work, I can concentrate. I saw that I was more creative. I could juggle between activities and finish on time.
Fathers and male allies are also stepping up, recognizing the need for shared responsibility in parenting.
As the Vice President of the PSC, my role is to engage fellow fathers and encourage them to familiarize themselves with the childcare program. I want to assure my fellow men that the childcare program is real, effective, and plays a crucial role in the growth and development of children.
Beyond childcare, CCGD is strengthening support for survivors of gender-based violence. CCGD trained healthcare providers on how to adopt a survivor-centered approach in gender-based violence response and supported in facilitation to attend court sessions. In Kajiado County, the Gender-Based Violence Recovery Center offers medical, psychosocial, and legal support for survivors.
This department was started in the year 2021 December. It was constructed by the help of Collaboration Center for Gender Development, but with conjunction with the Kajiado County. Since this department was constructed, it has given a good pathway for the gender-based survivors.
In Busia County, the journey of piloting a GBVRC began in 2020 August.
The journey began in 2020, around August. That's when we came up with the Department of Social Services came up with gender-based violence, but we didn't have a room. Then, lucky enough, during that time, we had CCGD that came in, and they really supported us. They gave us a computer, a desktop, we have a desk where we examine the patients and a coach. Then they also came up with a room where they renovated for us. Though it was a very small space for the survivors, for the practitioners also handling the cases.
To ensure comprehensive support for survivors of gender-based violence, CCGD upscaled the facility, expanding and enhancing its capacity to deliver holistic and effective services.
The upscaling is going to do good to us. Now that we have the upscaling, where we have the GBVRC within the facility, we will be able to accommodate them here. The services that are offered in the facility, they are able to receive the services minus even paying anything. Then the space, confidentiality is now there. We can, at least a psychologist can handle one patient at a time, and the information is concealed.
From Mombasa to Kajiado, Nairobi to Busia, these initiatives highlight resilience, progress, and empowerment. As these programs grow, so does the hope for a more equitable future for all.